Warning, the following podcast contains coarse language and spoilers for the film and the title of the podcast.
Now playing movie reviews in 20 Qs.
Hello, good people, and welcome to the podcast, Movie Reviews in 20 Qs, the show where we review a movie by asking 20 weird and wonderful questions about it. I'm your host, Sam, and I am bringing you an episode that I thought was never going to fucking happen. Thought it was never going to fucking happen because of these two beside me, Kahu and Matiu. What the fuck's going on? How have we taken years to fucking get this going, man?
Oh, our calendars are pretty full, as you know. Sitting on the couch,
Yeah, I've seen
5 days a week.
Yeah, sitting on the couch jacking off. I've seen your calendar. It's just one big, long booking of sitting on the couch jacking off.
You know, I've got a lot of. Then there's weekends, and I've got to watch about 14 hours of sport and on the couch, of course.
Yeah. Also managed to watch Space Jam how many times now?
Yeah, 5, I think.
Fucking
total.
Jesus Christ. What about you, Kahu? Why hasn't this worked?
Well, it's NBA playoffs at the moment, so I've got way better things to do. No, oh, good things take time, Sam. You know that.
You were patient when you really. It's a bit of a build-up for this one.
Yeah. Are you going to admit to the listeners that you were taking daughters to dance recitals?
Sure. Yeah. I probably was. Yeah.
It's true. That's why we missed it. But the reason why this episode is so special is somebody's making a triumphant return. You know him. He loves him. It's Spanky. How you going, Spanky?
Yeah. Good, mate. Good.
Here live, back in the studio. We haven't had you in 100 episodes.
Yeah.
Wow. What was your last episode?
Marriage Story, 103 or 4 or something.
Yeah,
Wow.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
Marriage Story. That's an interesting choice for you, Spanky.
Oh, yeah. That's it. The broken home, mate. The child of a broken home, mate. That was the one.
That's Sam clearly trying to revitalize a flagging podcast.
Yeah, pretty much. Brought Spanky on, brought Liz on. I was like, here we go. Here's a marriage
Two single
story.
people.
Yeah, that's it.
My matchmaking didn't work, man. Liz was keen as fuck, but Spanky's just useless. So, fuck.
That's it. You know.
Anyway, enough of that. What we are here to talk about is Terminator 2, the movie that we've pretty much spent the last 6 weeks saying, yep, next week's Terminator 2. Can't wait to do it. It's going to be awesome. Pretty much giving away what our score's going to be already and everything like that. But if you haven't seen Terminator 2, my God, how could you not have? Came out in 1991, directed by James Cameron, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Linda Hamilton, Edward Furlong, Robert Patrick. Has a score of 8.6 out of 10 on IMDb, has a score of 93% on Rotten Tomatoes, and whoever's watched it the most recently has to give a plot. And given that somebody texted us last night saying, I'm 2 hours in, I'm calling it for the night at 11:30, sort of think Matiu might have been the last one to watch it.
Who was it? You were watching it just before I got here. Oh, no, it wasn't. All right. So Terminator 2 is the sequel to Terminator 1, where Terminator was sent back in time to kill Sarah Connor. This time, two Terminators are sent back, one to kill John Connor, Sarah Connor's son, and one to protect him. And that's it, right? And the idea, and it's really a fight against Skynet, who's this cyber organism.
Artificial intelligence.
Cyber organism.
Cyber organism.
It is a nice one.
Cyber organism.
Or builds these, anyway, the cyber artificial intelligence that takes over the world by taking over America's defenses and firing a bunch of rockets at Russia and starting a new age of the machine.
Top quality podcast.
Short and sharp.
There we go. Bizarrely
just like
accurate.
me.
Surprisingly accurate. Very,
Sure. Definitely sure.
And just like his penis.
Yeah.
Anywho, if you haven't heard this podcast before, welcome. Our usual blurb. What we do is we review a movie by asking 20 weird and wonderful questions about it. We usually start with 10 that can be applied to any film, but because there's 4 of us on this podcast, which we haven't done in quite some time, setting aside our centennial episodes, we are going to do 7 questions that can be applied to any film. We're then going to move through 3 personal questions that we thought of while we were watching this film, before finishing on a Patreon question. The one we start with, compliment sandwich. Kahu,
Oh, I'm kicking us off.
you're starting us.
Yeah, well, it's pretty cold in here, but I feel like the testosterone's going to rise with this film, so look out. Starting with a good thing. And this was a bit of a weird one because I realised the version I was watching was the theatrical version, but I'm going to stick with the
You mean the extended version?
Yes, that's what I mean.
Top quality podcasting.
Gonna stick with the theatrical, which is a little bit shorter, and it's the pacing of this film.
Yes.
Near perfect. It's straight into the action. That was great. Another good thing, I love the Terminator theme song. It's just so like... Yeah, but all the rest of it too, it's kind of simple and sad, but it's also kind of really foreboding about the future, so...
Sounds like my love life, yeah.
Non-existent.
And to nobody's surprise, I'm going with a third good thing.
Yes!
And seeing I get to go first, I'm just going to go with Linda Hamilton is fantastic.
Oh, fuck yes. Oh, hell yes.
Tough, obsessive, unhinged. She's just brilliant.
You're a dream woman, really, isn't it?
Yeah. So what are you saying to me?
I ain't saying nothing.
Doing chin-ups all day and drugged out in the bed.
I lean towards that type of woman. So, as a score,
Yeah, as a score out of 10,000 AI systems. No, 10,000 Terminators. As a score out
out
of
of
10,000.
10,000 Terminators, what model is Arnie?
Is the 101.
He's the
101.
101. Okay. Well, we'll go 10,000 times 101. So what's that? A million? 10,000?
Sure.
Accountant, tell me.
There we go.
You are right. Yeah, you are right.
You're asking the guy that's no good at maths. He's great at maths debating,
You
but he's
may-
no good
you
at
may
maths.
Me, I just make up numbers.
Exactly. You're forgetting he
One-
got interviewed in a newspaper and they said, how old are you? And he said, 25. He was 30 fucking 5 at the time.
Hey, that's just creative accounting. That's the usual.
1 million Terminators. Beat that.
1 million. Here we go.
1 million.
Spanky, welcome back. By the way, Spanky, you're probably going to get the shit kicked out of you by 3 angry dudes.
No.
Unless this isn't overwhelmingly positive.
Stop. Hang on. Can we stop this podcast right here and just check his answer?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's coming. It's
Yeah.
coming.
Don't
Give me,
fret
give me,
through
give me.
anything.
If it's not a hyperbole, you're just all your answers are going to be cut.
Okay. Anyway, Terminator 2, it's in the title. It's a great sequel, right? So there we go. Terminator 2. Terminator 1, hard act to follow. And so often sequels suck, right? You know, and it's not always true. Empire Strikes Back, great sequel, but often sequels suck. And in this one, the sequel is better than the original, arguably. So great sequel. Second thing, the way it aged. Actually, the CGI aside, and you know how far that's come, that actually it's aged really well, and the story's still really poignant, and the dystopian future thing is still such a great theme, and it's still really delivered fantastically. Like even with the bad Arnie acting, just adds to it.
What?
Adds to it.
He's a fucking robot.
It's
How the
true.
fuck else is robot supposed to act?
Now I'm just.
You shut your whore mouth. Why don't you go back to your home on Whore Island?
I'm just gonna jam in here on the same wavelength as Kahu, and that the third best thing about this film is Sarah Connor. And I'm just saying it differently
save.
because it's not Linda Hamilton. I'm saying Sarah Connor, differently, just because one of the most badass action heroines out there, and anyone who can pull off a tank top without a bra on, you got me. You got
Pumping
me.
that shotgun with one arm.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's cheering her on.
Fuck yeah.
So that's it.
Score out of 10,000. I know this
Well,
breaks you as a...
No. It can be 1,000 T1000s out of 1,000, but it can't be any greater than that. You know, it has to be perfect.
So 10,000 out of 10,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
10,000. My compliment sandwich is pretty much the same. The cast, I just love the cast. Arnie Spanky was fucking amazing. peak of his career.
Hell yeah, brother!
The Oscar was stolen from Arnie that year. You know what I mean? Like,
Way better than Commando, bro.
I don't know, but it's
What's your
you know,
favourite film?
how can you cast him in a better role where he has to speak like a robot, move like a robot, and just beat the shit out of people? That's
Have no human personality.
human personality.
Say fuck all. It's like the Terminator. He had to say fuck all. It was like, this is perfect for him. Look menacing.
He just
Done.
walks through walls. Yeah. Nah, that was just perfect casting. You've already talked about Linda Hamilton. Edward Furlong was great. This is great cast. He was great, right?
I don't know about that.
Ooh,
Not a fan of the kid actor, but he was.
No, but he gave good comic relief. Otherwise, it's way too serious a movie.
Yeah.
And they just nailed the plot. Like this is kind of, it's a hard one. It's being done, and this is the best man versus machine movie there is in existence. Takes out Matrix any day of the week. It shits all over anything man versus machine. They just absolutely nailed this. And my last great thing, all great things, is the action scenes. I mean, machine gun to the face. You're riding a motorcycle, fighting someone in a Terminator in a Mack truck with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And running them into bridges, fighting them in helicopters. You just can't beat this.
It's so good.
Action scenes
So good.
are just perfect. They're not over the top. They could be, but they weren't. Even in 1996 when this was done. Was this?
No, 92.
92.
No, 91, sorry, yeah.
It's good how the Cyberdyne Systems action scene blends into the final action scene too.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah, so
It's funny you bring up 96 because it actually is set in the future. Not a lot of people know that, otherwise, because John Connor's way too old for it to have been, 84 for the first Terminator, and then 91 for Terminator 2. He should have been 7 or 6 and a half. So they've actually set it in the future, but most people don't realise that.
97 is Judgment Day, right?
Yeah. So I think this is set in 96. I think that's year it's set. Yeah.
I don't know. A million out of 10,000. What is it? A million out of 10,000? What's the current score? What did you give Endgame? A bazillion, cajillion, or something like that?
I gave 12. I gave 12 Angry Men.
Infinity plus
3
one
billion.
over
I think.
3 billion.
Yeah, I think 3 billion is the high score at the moment.
I think I'm going to just match. I'm going to match Kahu here with 101 times 10,000. That's fucking awesome. This doesn't. You don't get much better than this. I thought about this movie for 10 years, and even watching it today. Today. Even watching it today, I was like, "Fuck, this movie rocks." I don't know how I managed to get to sleep last night.
Every watch, it's so good.
That was going to be one of my good things. The funny part is when I started writing this, I just wrote, good, all of it. Good, all of it. Great, all of it. I was like, because I knew you guys would come up with like pretty much everything to like encapsulate about this film, because it's timeless, it's fucking well acted, it's got an awesome script, you root behind these characters, you think it's fucking awesome. It's like even Robert Patrick, who does fuck all, and you wouldn't say he's one of the best villains of all time, he's still fucking awesome.
He's a stone cold killer.
Yeah, he's still fucking scary as fuck,
Arnie's one of the first introductions for me for an anti-hero, and it was fucking nailed it.
Yeah. Like, it's amazing that you can take Robert Patrick, who compared to Arnie is like a twig, and yet they still make him so menacing and fucking terrifying. That's one of the best things about this film. The other thing, I mentioned this when me and Spanky, we watched it a day ago, not today, 2 days ago maybe, was that there's this one, James Cameron puts in some awesome shots, right? He puts in some fucking awesome shots. And one of them I really loved is there's a bit there which encapsulates a character where the Terminator, like they're hiding out in that like mechanics or whatever, and the Terminator's standing there and it's dark out and he's watching guard, and then it changes to light. So they brought the light, and it just like perfectly describes a transition of time and just shows him as being like soul-minded and determined to just protect these people. Like that's all he gives a shit about. It's fucking phenomenal.
Low angle shot so you can see just how massive Arnie is. Who else could have done it better? Spanky.
And we had the same conversation yesterday. So I don't think that Arnie in this film is as roided up as most of the people today. And this is like totally conversational now and totally off topic. But he was not as huge as I remember him. I was like, man, like nowadays you look at The Rock, you look at Batista, you look at Alan Richardson and Reacher. They are fucking heaps bigger than Arnie. Arnie was tastefully big.
Yeah, but he was like 20 years past his prime and still a fucking animal.
Unit. Yeah, still a unit. Yeah, still a massive unit. He's way
still
more
a
ripped.
fucking unit.
I still feel he's way more ripped than Terminator. The Terminator, I think. But as a score out of 10,000, I'm going to go 1,000 times 10,000. Fuck you guys, man. This is like 1 billion. This is fucking awesome. This movie's the tits. It's all excess, and I'm going to go all excess. Fucking love this film. Easily in my top 20, if not top 10. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, same.
Anywho, let's move us over to our quickfire round. First of which is, what was the biggest dick move in this film? Kahu.
Well, if you went by the waiter, it's Arnie walking into the bar. But I just think it's John getting Arnie to grab those two dudes who are just trying to help him.
Dickwad.
Yeah. You call moi a dickwad or whatever he says. But yeah, those fellas are just trying to help him out, and John's just being a complete asshole.
I don't know why they didn't just leave, after he's like, you're calling me a dickwad? It's like, fuck you, kid. It's like, why? You know what I mean? Like protect your reputation, but he's standing there beside Arnold fucking Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
You'd be like, we're going to lose this one. Let's get out of here.
I think it's obvious. I think you've totally missed it, Kahu. I think it's the kids who rat out Edward Furlong's character in the mall, and they point him out, and I'm like, man, fucking snitches get stitches, right? Like they teach kids in the dystopian future the wrong fucking thing, that like you should be pointing out other kids to a police officer. Nothing good come with a police officer. It might be the kid coming from Kiki being like, fuck that, you don't talk to a police officer.
Would the score,
motherfucker.
would your score go up above 10,000 if you saw that both of them being executed gangland styles at the aqueduct?
If the other kids
screams
drag
past
them out
on his
there,
motorbike.
right.
Past these two kids, just boom.
Arnie runs over them on his Harley or something.
That's
on the way out of the mall.
Single-handed reloads.
Surely Miles Dennison invented Skynet. What
Miles Dyson.
Dennison. Fucking Dennis the Menace. Miles Dyson.
What about William Dryson?
Julian Dennison.
Julian Dennison.
Don't he invent a vacuum cleaner?
Surely it's him. He invented Skynet. It kills the world, and then he ends up having to ruin all his life's work.
But he didn't, though, because he died.
Yeah, he didn't.
He just wants a big note himself, bro. Come on, just like give it to him.
He's just climbing the corporate ladder, bro. Leave him alone.
That's what you men think. Men like you invented the hydrogen bomb.
This is clearly me, Kahu, and Spanky thinking we're probably going to do something similar one day, so we're trying to defend it now, eh? Like, come on, Mitch, it's not that bad, bro.
Spanky definitely is, and it's civil engineering, eh?
Yeah,
this is a good idea.
Start by poisoning half a town.
Nuclear power, why not?
That's it.
Well, I'm at it. We're going to invent a new strain of syphilis that's easily transmissible. You guys are missing the easiest one. It's the psychiatric ward dude just licking her face.
Oh, yeah.
When she's blacked out, just like giving her the old lick.
Giving her the old kick in the guts for no reason as well.
Yeah. Like, those guys are fucking assholes. But then, like, to some comatose girl, you just lick her across the face.
She does.
Look at you. You're trying to defend it.
I'm sitting here going like,
She does beat
it's
the shit out of them, eh?
understandable, but
She does
me
fucking
too.
stab up the doctor with a in the knee.
So you're saying if a girl beats you up, you're allowed to lick her across the face when
I
she's
don't know
blacked
about
out?
Oh, but you got to be on your guard.
Next one. What was the most insane leap of logic in this film?
I don't buy this whole thing that the T-1000 can't make complex machines. I reckon that's bullshit. I mean, the Terminators are complex machines, and they can get transported through time.
Yep.
Why? Like,
Surely
it's just weird.
Terminator 3, doesn't she have that? Doesn't she have like a plasma cannon in her arm, but she has like metamorphosis or,
Yeah, and she connects to machines and stuff.
Yeah.
She is a that is a cannon in her arm. She doesn't like use her metal in her body to make the cannon, right?
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So you can't make
it just seemed very kind of convenient.
But they did say that. They said we can't send back complex machines like a bomb or something like that yet.
Yeah,
you're right. Like, what?
Yeah.
They are complex machines. You're right. It fucking doesn't make any sense.
It was very easily explained
You shut
away.
the fuck up right now. This is... no
potholes.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is a glaring plot hole. We need a couple of lines to just square this away.
Telling you now,
out of
listeners.
10,000.
Telling you now, listeners. By the end of this podcast, we're going to be. It's kind of a shit sandwich. It's kind of... when you fucking think about it. What about you, Spanky?
oh well, it's quite obvious. Edward Furlong has a best friend, and this best friend happens to be a ginger with a mullet. And the fact that you think that the audience is going to believe that a kid with a ginger mullet can have a friend.
Way to take my joke, Spanky. Way to take my joke that I told you the other night, where I was like, that's my preposterous, insane leap of logic. Fucking hell.
That is a raging mullet, too.
It is a raging mullet, yeah.
Sorry, man. It was too obvious.
I had that John Connor can stop Skynet. Now, if you're sitting there, you're Miles, what is it? Dennison? Dyson? Miles Dyson.
One of my
You're sitting
favorite
there,
films of all time.
And they're telling you that this little shit, this little fucking weirdo, can stop your amazing machine that you've been working on all your life. You're like, fuck off. You're like, look at your mum. She can't shoot for shit. She was sitting in a chair. She couldn't even shoot me, even when she had a machine gun. How are you guys going to do anything?
Absolutely. Spanky stole mine. Mine was just a kid with a mullet that has a mate. Question number 4. What quote from this film would be the worst thing to hear immediately after you finish having sex?
Fire in the hole.
Ooh, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
What's wrong with your eyes?
So I need to change it just a little bit. I need to. What's the worst line to be had during sex? And it's "Come with me if you want to live."
We brought that up in the Terminator. We were like, that's the worst thing to hear before you have sex because it's literally like, fuck, I'm dead.
Yeah, that's a mood fucking ruiner.
Special mention goes to, got any cash?
Well, it's funny you say that because my one is easy money. Okay, first of all, A, if I knew I was paying for it, I would have done some more fucked up shit. B, fuck you. Anywho, let's move us over to our Patreon questions. This one comes courtesy of our mate Emily Higgins of the Tasteless Podcast, a podcast which compares 2 films, one that she doesn't think gets it the love it deserves. So, for instance, this week she's done an episode on People Who Need People, and she's compared Girl Interrupted to Stuart Little. What the fuck, Emily? Anyway. Nice.
I like to see how that'll turn out.
Well, you can. You can go listen to it right now.
I shall.
Excellent. Anyway, what's your question,
Not
Kahu?
right now. What's the question or what's the answer?
What's your question?
Her question is, what movie would you pair with this as a double feature? Spanky.
Oh, look, man, it's hard to go past the Arnie double feature, and that probably the second best Arnie film, and I can't say best, even though I think that's what I think, because you guys are going to fucking lynch me, is Predator, right? The classic Arnie double header is Terminator 2 and Predator.
Yeah. 2 of the 3 best movies of all time.
Yeah, pretty much, eh?
Yeah, then the Terminator. True Lies? What are you thinking of? Total Recall?
Total Recall, yeah.
No.
The Running Man.
Yeah, Running Man.
9 Nights.
Pumping Iron? Red Heat?
Kindergarten Cop.
Twins?
Yeah, it's
Jingle All the Way, is it? Did you say Jingle All the Way? I'm going to punch you in the throat.
perfect pair for this is, it's obvious, T1 and T2. But if you wanted to do the Emily Higgins one, and this is a Man vs. Machine Gone Right, which is Terminator 2. Man vs. Machine Gone Wrong, Age of Ultron. Fuck that movie.
Oh!
I'm with you on that.
That is one of the lessons.
I really didn't enjoy that.
Yeah, not a lot of people did. It's not heralded as one of Marvel's best films. Still a hyperbole sandwich from me, but
It's still 1 million out of 10,000, but not 1 billion, that's all.
absolutely. Might steal Kahu's thunder, maybe not. I'm going to go with another sequel that James Cameron directed that took a horror film and turned it into an action movie. Of course, am going with The Princess Diaries 2. Aliens! Of course it's Aliens! I've stole your thunder, haven't I?
You have indeed.
Yeah.
I knew you'd do that.
Why don't you just say Office Space? Why don't you just go...
yeah. Got to get the Office Space call in early.
You haven't seen Office Space for a while. Hey, bring up Matiu from Captain Planet.
Hey, I don't think we've had him for a while, but yeah, it's been at least one podcast since I've mentioned Office Space.
There we go. Office Space. Next question is also a Patreon question. It comes courtesy of our mate Nick Haskins of Nikolis Kitchen, also of Livestream for the Cure. Me and Kahu will be on Livestream for the Cure. Woo! In I don't know, whenever you hear this, it'll be
10 days?
Yeah, 10 days. Coming very fucking soon. Can't wait for that. We will be on there trying to raise over $20,000, I think.
In 1 hour, so make sure you donate.
Yeah, donate a lot of money, guys. It's fucking for cancer research, so it's for a good cause. It's not going for my crippling comic addiction. All bills. Anyway, his question, what is it? Spanky.
What type of meal is this movie?
Beefsteak. Beefsteak.
Yeah,
beefsteak
right.
all day. Edward Furlong with his curly fries. Bourbon and Coke for Robert Patrick. That always fucks up your steak. And then what's Linda Hamilton? Probably a salad with a bit of Mexican dressing on it. What's up with her? What's up with her? Like, is there a bit of slut shaming from Edward Furlong in this film? He's like, oh, my mum's been shacking up with all these army types to learn.
Yeah, none of them ever last.
None of them ever last. So whoever she can, moving from town to town, to learn, and they didn't teach her shit. See how bad her shooting was? Her shooting was fucked up. The only time she shot anything was when the T-1000 was right in front of her, like a meter away. And further than that, she couldn't shoot shit. So,
Pretty strong, though.
You're starting to touch on my controversial opinion here, by the way.
Looks like she kept all the guns at the end of the relationships, though. Eh? You know what I mean? Like, can't be that dumb.
They're always like, she's fucking crazy, but she ain't gonna shoot shit.
They might have taken my sanity, but I've got their guns. Yeah, I went with Tex-Mex. Similar to you, we've got a little bit of Mexican in there for some reason, but it's predominantly American. But it's like I love burritos, and they're like Tex-Mex sort of thing. Like I just love that. It's like a never-ending taco truck for me. It's like no matter how many times and how much I just fucking watch it and devour it, it's still awesome, still fucking awesome. I don't even care if it gives me diarrhea afterwards. It's still fucking awesome. I had a great time.
Well, speaking of diarrhea, I've got something.
What?
I've got something memorable here, and it's a balls to the wall vindaloo spiked with Carolina Reapers.
Whoa.
Yeah, you'll remember that one.
Oh, I was like, how does this possibly tie in together? But yeah, there we go. Yeah, fair enough.
All right, and I'll finish it off. I think that Terminator 2 is comfort food. It's something that you can go back to, that you can eat any day of the week, and that it's enjoyable and fulfilling. And the meal that most fits that is macaroni cheese. It's a little bit cheesy, it's full of meat, it's filling, and you'd eat it any day of the week. So for me, Terminator 2 is macaroni cheese.
Full of meat,
Makes sense. Yeah, I know. I was wondering that. I was like, I can't remember macaroni cheese being full of meat.
Put a bit of bacon in there, bro. Come on.
Some nice diverse answers on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Question number 7 is also a Patreon question. What is it, Matiu?
What is your most controversial opinion about this film?
Yeah, so you started touching on it. I don't think Sarah Connor is as much of a badass as we think she is. In hindsight, like she's flipping out at the mental hospital. She can't keep it cool. We know she wants to see her son, but the guy says 6 more months. And you think maybe just, keep your poker face. And then like she gets bloody, what's his face? Miles Dennison Dyson, what's his name? Debuts in
Dyson version 12, the year stand
exactly.
Stand up there.
But they've got him like dead to rights, and she can kill him, and she can end all this, and then she just freaks out, and and then on top of that, like John Connor's a bit of a bitch as well. He's just like, you can't kill him. Who gives a fuck, John Connor? Who gives a fuck?
But they can't.
They're trying to
That was
save the apocalypse.
They can't. They couldn't have. If they had just shot him at the time, then they wouldn't have found out about the chip and the arm thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Who cares?
You know what I mean? So like.
And it was a lesson in that they were keeping their humanity and not becoming like the Terminators.
Yeah. Okay, nerd. I'm all about the shortcuts, bro. I'm all about just. Everybody knows this about me. What's the quickest way to KFC? Everyone knows this about me.
Controversially, I reckon that Edward Furlong smokes this role. People don't like him, but
Yeah, I like
People. Yeah.
I'm
You
with
mean
you. I'm with you.
civilization doesn't like it?
He does make this role.
I reckon you just got to remember that he's a child dealing with, a pretty unfathomable situation. And yeah, he has his kind of shitty lines every now and then, but I think he's all right.
I find it hard that this like annoying little punk of a kid grows up to be the leader of the resistance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You almost
That
want a
guy.
stoic little badass kid. Definitely not Ginger Mullet. Hey, yo, Spanky, we're doing that. Hey!
Even if he does become the leader of the resistance, if you're Skynet, there's a few other people there. He's got like lieutenants, and those lieutenants have got little generals and stuff. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I cut the head off the snake. Oh, there's a few more heads there. Like,
Exactly.
I know. I'm the most advanced machine in the world. I can crack anything, and all I need to do is kill one person.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to end the war.
It's like a Jesus complex sort of thing. It's like the machines have gone, right, if they delete this part of my code, I'm dead. Yeah, so they've applied that logic. Here's my insane leap of logic. There we go. I'm finally coming up with another one after Spanky stole my joke last night. Yeah, it's right. It's like, hey, fuck it. If we kill this one dude, that's it.
No,
You're right. You've
I'd be
stumbled
like,
onto something
nah.
profound.
You should be like, yeah, get him in. He's fucking useless.
Exactly.
Easily kill him.
Yeah.
Well, they just could have sent him like hookers and drugs, couldn't they? And then couldn't they? You know what I mean? Just like, hold on a second, I know how to ruin like any like fucking any person in the world, right?
Yeah.
Hookers and
Send
drugs.
Machine back to
Fucking
his
Charlie
teacher.
Sheen. We're gonna send back Charlie Sheen and like fucking 8-ball heroin. That kid's fucked.
Just send back a hooker Terminator and don't cavity search it.
What?
And this is going to be super controversial, actually. I think you guys didn't go far enough down the rabbit hole in terms of controversial opinion. This film could survive a remake.
Have you seen the Dark Fate? Because they kind of tried it. Have you seen Genesis? They kind of tried it.
They kind of tried
They
it.
kind of tried it twice.
Nah,
and
man, I'm
neither
like,
of them were very successful.
recasting everything. Like recast it. I feel like you could remaster and recast it, and the movie would still stand up.
Yeah, but make it for like modern audiences. So, like for the T101, you'd have like Timothy Chalamet and
That's right. Obviously.
Linda Hamilton. Yeah,
multiverse.
And Zendaya is
Arnie's
Linda
so
Hamilton.
iconic, though.
You know,
Yeah.
it's
How
obviously.
could you replace Arnie?
You do something real funny like
Kevin Hart.
Rob Schneider is the Terminator.
The Rock plays Edward Furlong. I'm John Connor.
yeah.
They just de-aged The Rock.
My most controversial opinion is that this film didn't get the right Oscars. Best film, best actor. Who do you think Anthony Hopkins thinks he is? Silence of the Lambs, all shit. But this,
Holy hell!
Okay, it's a good movie, but it ain't no million out of 10,000. What was the box office on that film? It isn't as much as this. No one wants to spend that amount of money on Anthony Hopkins.
Hey, if you're saying that box office films are the best films ever, may I introduce you to the MCU? May I introduce you to the Transformers franchise? May I introduce you to the Fast and the Furious franchise? You want me to keep going? There's a law of diminishing returns here.
Yeah.
It's just Matthew worrying about the box.
Yeah.
Terminator, but who's the biggest actor in the MCU? Like they're not even actors anymore. They're
Well, like
just
Robert Downey
characters.
Jr. Or,
Well, he was. He's not even in there anymore. But
Cumberbatch.
yeah, Cumberbatch.
Arnold
Chris
Schwarzenegger
Evans.
lives forever. And his character.
Have you seen his movies?
His character is who he is. He's not even like he doesn't play Arnold. He doesn't play the Terminator. He just plays himself, a robot with like a deep voice and a grimacing face. And he plays the same character in every film.
I'm just gonna. Do you guys understand anything
How
he's
does he
saying
not-
at the moment?
How does he not?
What is going on here?
He deserves an Oscar. He plays a role where he has a baby. He's so diverse. He even played a woman. I bet you Leonardo DiCaprio never did that.
The best casting thing that he ever
He
did.
played every bitch he ever met.
The best casting thing that Arnie ever did was that early in the 1990s, a script came around to him and he read it and thought, this is the worst script I've ever read. And so at the time, he was feuding with Sylvester Stallone. So he put out there and said he was really, 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 really interested in this film. So Sylvester Stallone, you know what I'm thinking
I
about, don't
think
you?
so, yeah.
So Sylvester Stallone heard about that and had been sent the script as well and went, fuck, rang up his agent and was like, get me this role. He's like, you sure you want to do Stop or My Mum Will Shoot? And he's like, fuck yeah, I want to do this. Arnie's interested. I got to beat him to it. One of the worst films fucking ever. Good work, Arnie. Trolled a fucking dude into playing a shitty role.
Matiu, I'd like your opinion on who you'd replace in the Best Actor nominations for that year. We've got Anthony Hopkins, Warren Beatty, Robert De Niro, Nick Nolte, and Robin Williams.
Oh, a bunch of old, ugly,
bunch of no-name actors right there.
Old no-name dudes in 1991. How old's Arnie compared
Johnny
to the rest of them?
Depp, The Rock,
It just gets more and more
John
insane.
Cena, and
Dave
Arnie.
Bautista.
I want to retroactively put LeBron James from the Space Jam movie back into 1991 to beat Anthony Hopkins for the Oscar.
Like, why is the Best Actor
the best actor.
Yeah, why is it judged on like a film that no one wants to go see? I don't understand.
Listeners, at some point I'm going to have to
What is
stop on
art?
this podcast.
What is art?
What is art? What is film?
What is feelings?
If
Are you a
If
robot?
Arnie can't get an Oscar for being a robot, no one in the world could act a robot better than Arnie. There's literally no acting. And he nailed it. That's an Oscar-worthy performance.
Fun fact, I brought it up in the Terminator episode, but did you know he wasn't the first choice to play the Terminator in The Terminator? He was going to play Kyle Reese. And do you know who they had lined up to play the Terminator, but they didn't think anyone would take him believably as a killer? O.J. Simpson.
Yeah. That's right.
What
friendly.
the fuck? Way too friendly. Anywho, that moves us over to our personal questions. Spanky, you can lead us off.
So I'm watching the Sarah Connor scene in there, and she flips out, and they start giving her drugs, and I'm like, man, all you have to do in a mental hospital is flip out to get drugs. So my question to you is, if you're in a mental hospital, would you flip out every now and again just to get some drugs?
Nah, I'd be too. I don't. The last thing I want to be happen to me when I'm on drugs is to being strapped down and harassed by two overweight men. Eh? That sounds like a fucking nightmare.
Sounds like you should be getting paid for that.
Bro, I've actually seen your credit card history, and I know you're lying right now. Yeah, for me, I mean, I freak out when I don't get drugs, so why wouldn't I freak out and get some drugs, you know? Fucking, why not? I don't do drugs, kids.
Anymore. Anymore.
Hey,
Well,
shut up.
the last 30 minutes. No. Well, how long's it been? 1 minute.
It's been a while.
I suppose if you take them,
I'm
you're
not
always
doing
on.
drugs right now.
Yeah. I'm currently clean.
I said no to drugs. They didn't listen.
My hands are clean, but my body is a disgusting foul mess.
My nose is a chemical toilet. Anywho, Kahu, what do you got?
As someone who's had his fair share of accidents and spent time in A&E and spent that time cuddling a gas bottle and sipping away as frequently as I could, I'm going to say yes to this question.
Absolutely.
I absolutely can.
Fake it until you make it, or get some drugs.
It's a good time.
Hey, what else are you going to do, right? You know?
I just want to take this point in time to say that movie reviews in 20 Qs does not endorse the use of any illegal substances. We are talking about legal stuff.
What about when they're administered by like registered doctors, man?
Yeah, that's legal. That's fine.
You know what I mean?
I think what Sam's saying here is that the podcast as a grouping doesn't endorse it, but we're open to our own individual views.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay. All right.
I'm not speaking for all of you guys. I'm speaking for us as an entity.
Okay.
3 yeses and a no.
Yeah. And because this is classic action, that you can't have a classic action without a whole bevy of great weaponry. Now you've got miniguns shooting down helicopters. You've got an M70 grenade launcher to the face. You've got lever action shotguns. So what do you think is the best weapon that Arnie took to the task?
It's a shotgun. It's got to be the shotgun. The spinny round on the one hand. That's easily. Oh, I've got to open this gate. I'm going to use a shotgun.
Yeah, how good.
Shotgun's got all my answers. I need a can of Coke open. Kaboom! Shotgun time.
Yeah, I'm just going to go minigun. I'm just going to diversify it. That would have been my second one. I mean, love the shotgun. Yes, love the single-handed reloads on the fucking Harley or whatever. That was amazing. But yeah, when he clears out house with a minigun, when he just strolls out there with a gun that's usually mounted to a vehicle so that a human can fucking use it, but it's just one Terminator just... There's another preposterous leap of logic. If you're the cops down there and you saw a dude stroll out with a minigun, would you hang around?
Do you stand behind a door?
With your revolver, trying to shoot up.
With your
shoot
face
up
and your
at a-
body. Trying to shoot up.
And a dude with a minigun. The next scene should have been like 17 badges just all on the ground from where they've all quit and just fucking walked off down the road.
Heard the reports. The guy that killed 16 police officers is over there with a minigun, and you're standing there like, fuck, 1, 2, 15, 16. This is bullshit.
Oh, pull my hammy, guys. I got to get out of here, mate.
He's only getting 15 this time.
Oh, my asthma. I forgot my inhaler. I'm just going to snip back to the office.
Yeah, I mean, I go weak at the knees for the shotgun as much as the next guy. But yeah, the scene, out of the boxes of roses, John Woo-esque. But to be different, I'm going to go with the grenade launcher.
Yeah, Spanky gave away the whole three.
No, he gave away the best
Which one do you think, guys?
Yeah.
Shotgun, minigun, or grenade launcher?
What's your next question, bro?
Give us the answers while you're at it.
The only other one that sort of ran the gamut was Sarah Connor's like sniper rifle that turned into a machine gun.
Oh,
That was pretty cool.
Oh, yeah, because
that was a
it
shit.
jumps in the front seat, eh? Or jumps, like, fires through the window.
No. Like when Sarah Connor's like going to kill Miles Dyson, and then she like sniper shots through the thing,
Yeah.
and then he runs away, and she turns it into like a machine gun and starts mowing down the entire house.
Oh, yeah.
I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, what about it then when he just smokes the T1000 with the massive crowbar? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's pretty mean too. Like, I'm trying to sell crowbar after minigun, bro.
Shotgun wins. Shotgun wins.
What'd you guys think about that pen that she stabbed that dude with?
Okay, and now with the no amount of hyperbole can explain how much I enjoyed Linda Hamilton's Sarah Connor. So, is Sarah Connor the ultimate badass female action hero?
No, she sucks. She can't shoot for shit. She gets beat up in her first scene. She's always getting injured. Like, she gets stabbed, shot. She's like...
Determined. She's determined.
Yeah.
She's determined, but she sucks. They should have left her there. The Terminator should have been like, nah, we're not going to go visit her. She sucks. She can't help us. Look at me. I'm a fucking Terminator. Everything I do, I'm the fucking brainiest thing on the planet right now. I'm the biggest killer. We don't need her.
Holy fuck, we're going to get cancelled after this. Eh? There's thousands of fucking people out there right now that are just furious about what we're saying about her.
She sucks. I don't know.
She takes the T1000 on by herself because she doesn't think that the Terminator's still alive.
Yeah.
All to protect her son.
She is a badass. Like, she's like top tier. Like, I was thinking about this. I'm like, Ripley, and, you know, like, she's...
Ripley's a badass. Ripley killed an alien.
Oh, multiple aliens.
Yeah.
The bit at the end of Aliens where she, like, straps a flamethrower to a machine gun and then just goes out hunting them was just like...
Yeah.
Okay, admittedly, she's had about 2 seconds of introduction as to what to do by Michael Bihn's character in Aliens, and it kind of didn't make a lot of sense, but fucking, that's another story for another podcast. But, I mean, she's up there. Princess Leia's another one. She's fucking doesn't take shit.
She
Shoots just
straight
about-
up murdered some stormtroopers.
Exactly, Stormtrooper. She strangled Jabba. She strangled a giant fat bald... Hang on. Wait a minute. She strangled one of my brethren to death. She's pretty awesome.
Ultimate.
Jennifer Aniston in Office Space.
I'm just going to say yes. Yeah, she's badass ass. She does chin-ups.
Does do some good. Fuck, she's in shape in this movie, eh?
She is in
ripped.
solid shape.
She's ripped. But anyway, Kahu, what about you?
Yeah, so my first question, is this peak mixing of live action with CGI action? Does it go downhill from here?
That's a pretty obvious answer is no. Like, come on, man. Like it's the CGI dated, right? It dated like my macaroni cheese comment in a cheesy way. It's fucking great, but it's not the best. Come on, fuck's sake.
But the mixture, though, with live action.
Nah, there's
No.
been better. There's been better. Mandalorian. I know it's not a movie, but
Hey, it's all right.
Nah, yes, Kahu. Like,
Yeah.
especially that bit where he's like walking towards the window and he's just getting shot in the face and he's getting his face teared off, and oh, that's mean. And all the scenes with the T1000, that was awesome. Like, how did they get it so right? Even back then, when the floor just creeps up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
They like had all the computers in California in a room to do that in 1991.
Pretty much. An entire Californian
we need an extra
seaboard.
calculator, guys.
More power.
Yeah, more power.
and he never does it again during the whole movie, and it's like probably was like an ultimate move that he could have just used to like fucking be like something in the fucking corner of the room, but it was too
Yeah.
hard to process.
I just think for a movie that's 30 years old, compared to some of the shitty CGI we have now, it holds up pretty well.
It does, and it's funny because I believe this is the first film to have a fully CGI human character at one
Yeah,
point. I
right.
think it's like the part where he morphs through the helicopter into the like helicopter seat, like goes through the window into the
Yeah,
all that
yeah.
sort of shit. Like, I'm pretty sure it's up there.
You can't watching this shit on your phone or what?
No, it's legit. Like, you got to remember, for 1991, this was like a pretty good combination.
Like, I mean, like you got a big screen TV and shit, right? You know, like full
Yeah.
HD. You
I'm
know,
wearing,
like
I'm
what's
wearing
the
childhood memory tinted glasses when I watch this. I'm
Oh,
freaking
fuck,
loving this shit.
absolutely, man.
Well, I'm sort of asking with this question too, because a lot of action movies now, the really good action, they leave it all to CGI. Whereas all the good action bits in this is quite clearly filmed in live
Every
action.
actor looks like they've got a lazy eye looking into the distance. This fucking nothingness of a character.
Yeah.
What the fuck is he looking? He's definitely looking in two
Green-
different directions.
Yeah, the only thing I'll add to that is that the only one I feel like has done it better is Mad Max Fury Road. Because a lot of the people go, yes, it's all practical effects. 20% of that was CGI.
Oh yeah,
You wouldn't fucking know it looking at it. And that sort of thing is like the best blend, you know? Is like when there's CGI used, but you don't fucking know.
yeah. Badass female action hero.
Yeah, there we go. Oh, yes!
Furiosa.
There's Furiosa. There we go. There's the ultimate. There is the ultimate.
S tier, but still not better.
Bet you she'd shoot someone that it didn't matter if he got hit by a little toy truck. She'd definitely blow away Miles Dyson.
Yeah, exactly.
Blow him away.
Exactly.
wouldn't-
Dyson would be a puddle of blood within seconds if she was on that.
She would be crying, talking about
Nah.
fate is not what we make.
Couldn't even kill a war boy. What the hell? What are you talking about?
My second question, and
Should we just say yes now, boys?
yeah, yes.
Okay.
We would all use our Atari as a cash machine.
Yes, we would.
I get the feeling like if I had a working Atari, it'd be worth more than a cash machine. I feel like a vintage. Feel like a vintage Atari right now. Like, fuck, there's been nerds out there creaming themselves over.
You're looking at your Atari with some childhood memory tinted glasses.
Yeah, bro.
Well, 'cause-
Whip out some ET.
That's it. That's it. Exactly.
But yeah, so the question was, would you use your Atari to go up to an ATM and take $300? I mean, like, they've got cameras in ATMs now, but they didn't back then. So you could easily get away with stealing $300 a day and no one would fucking know. Fuck, it'd be awesome.
my
Just like
COVID
wear a
mask
big
on.
raincoat and
wouldn't even wear
Yeah,
it.
COVID mask, hat. Yeah, no one would
Smile at the camera and take some money out using an Atari. Pull the fingers at the camera while I'm at it and leave.
You're going to be the shortest career criminal in fucking history.
Literally.
We can't see him.
Shortest was biggest headed.
We all know who he is because we can't see him. He's miles away. I'm fucking right next to
He's
him.
holding this telescope mirror trying to look at the numbers.
He brought a stool to the cash machine.
Okay, my final question. Why does Arnie shoot the frozen T-1000? Because I feel like they give up a bit of time there.
Oh, there's a simple answer to that, and it's a poor understanding of thermodynamics.
That's real simple.
Comes the nerd.
That's the only
Has anyone got
explanation.
7 years to learn what he's talking about?
Surely he would know that. Here's detailed files on human anatomy.
Yeah, that's it. But they missed the thermodynamics upload. They're like, right, thermodynamics, right, heat transfer is based on what? Surface area? Yeah, right. Okay, so lots of little things are going to melt heaps quicker than one big thing, right? Like, you understand that? Like, you've got thermodynamics down, Arnie? Yep, nah, totally got it, bro. Sweet as, but nah.
The thing I love about that scene is that they start pulling together and he's still going,
Yeah, exactly. That was going to be my
and
other
then they're
preposterous
together and
insane.
it's starting to morph up into the one entity again. And then they start running away. And he's like 20 meters away.
I know, that was my other preposterously insane part. There's hundreds of times where they're like, why are you standing there?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing?
I wonder what's going to happen next.
Yeah.
Fucking missed the thermodynamics, I'm telling you.
We did talk about it because we were like, why didn't he just walk over and then just go dump him in the fucking, in the thing? And I was like,
grab
maybe he
him.
could freeze himself if he stands on that stuff, but it's kind of disappeared. The only other thing I had is like, he's Austrian, which is from like the German area.
by the
So
way.
you're like, technically they're Huns, so Han shot first. So. So it's got to be that. The only other thing I had is that he's been hanging around with John Connor too long and he's become a complete fucking dumbass. Like he's learning from John Connor and he's becoming stupider every fucking time he hangs around this kid.
Yeah, what I don't get is he
No problemo.
Yeah, he needed a scene so he could say his hasta la vista, baby.
Exactly.
Shot
Exactly.
first is good though. But he gets in liquid nitrogen, which freezes him, and then he gets thawed out by the liquid metal or whatever. But doesn't he die in the middle as well? Like, shouldn't it be easier for him to feed him little bits into the liquid metal so he dies?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Scratching his fucking head, going, "How did that happen?"
Yeah.
Surely I did that just before. That's what I was trying to do: blow him to pieces so he dies in the liquid metal.
No, but the liquid metal's there, and it sort of warms him up.
Yeah,
It doesn't. He doesn't go into
sort
it.
of warm him up
It's
when he
like-
was in all of it.
In the
Oh
vicinity.
no, he got really warmed up when he was all of it.
The difference between standing by the heater and sticking your finger in the fin.
yeah.
Let's dumb it down.
I mean, like that could be
So it's room
thermodynamics, but
temperature.
you know.
He got room temperature lava as opposed to lava.
It's like in summer, if you're sitting under a tree, it's still hot, but you don't get sunburned.
That's right.
If you're out in the sun.
Difference between being around the bonfire and then being the dickhead that everybody hates is put in the middle of the bonfire,
This is
bro.
just a little bit of Bernie, so it's all good. It gives people the false expectation that they can just pick some of that up and just put it next to me and keep me warm at night.
You got kids, right, bro? Eh?
He shouldn't.
They're still alive too.
Surprising.
They should have just done it like Dragon Balls and sent all the bits to different corners of the.
Braveheart as well. Braveheart as
Scoop
well.
him up, put him in a test tube, fucking off he goes.
You take a box, and you take a box.
Exactly.
These little T-1000 ants killing everybody all over the planet, looking for John Connor.
Hey, speaking about John Connor, how is he able to grow a foot taller every time he does something dangerous on his little mini bike?
That's an easy answer. Just like Matiu, he wears lifts.
Yeah. It's just a little trick that you do when someone takes a photo of you and you jump on your tippy toes.
Pretend like you're sitting high in the air.
Suddenly, when people look back in life at all your photos, you're the same height as everyone else.
Fair enough.
An inch in the heel.
I have noticed you stand on rocks whenever we're having group photos. That's another one.
I reckon Kyle Reese was secretly spliced with the T1000, and so now John has these traits where he can grow little bits.
Grow little bits.
Not,
Not talking
nothing,
about Machi, bro.
nothing useful, but he can extend his height.
Okay. It's probably makes as much sense as fucking everything that happened in this film. Yeah,
My favourite bit is when Arnie grows a foot shorter when he does a U-turn.
he condenses.
What did you say? It was like James Cameron. He said, "No, I do not do U-turns, James Cameron. Get a stunt
Get
double. I go in straight lines
Face shots only.
and no fast movements. That's why I'm a robot."
I did find it amazing. There was a few crash test dummy scenes as well, like when the truck crashes. My God, if you're looking at the guy that's inside the truck when the truck crashes, in the aqueduct. There's a few of them. Okay, next question. Which one of the Terminators would be the better lover?
It's got to be Arnie. Arnie's to be the lover. Arnie, because he's an actual person, right? Right?
He's very heavy.
You've watched a few videos involving people and machines as well, haven't
He
you?
figured out why people cry. He's a little bit. He can pander to emotion.
Yeah, you get a bit teary. You get a bit teary, do you, Machu?
Yeah, he can at least smile.
You might be able to learn how to secrete fluid from other parts.
I want no stabby McStabby.
Yeah, there's a bit of stabbing risk there, with the T1000. But on the plus side, it could be anybody you want him to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, but he always wants to be the creepy police officer. You know what I mean? He's got the choice of anyone all the way throughout the movie, and he always goes back to the creepy police officer. He's like, right, Margot Robbie, all right? And he's like, yeah, okay, gotcha. And then halfway through, creepy police officer, you'd be like,
Oh,
yeah.
Spanky, you know you'd go for the foster mother.
Jeanette Goldstein.
That sounds actually does sound like my type, right?
There was my other preposterously insane leap of logic was the part where he was wandering around as a security guard for the mental hospital and then he just turns back into the cop for no reason. It's like surely the guy that, works there is going to have like better access to the hospital, would draw less attention.
Well, and the fact that he bothers to kill that guy too.
Yeah, he fucking that massive dick move. The number of people he kills in this for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Hey, you okay? What a dude.
Yeah, it's a living organism versus liquid metal. That's what it is. That's the. What do you want to
Time
love
to
you
kink
with?
shame yourself.
He's a
The
cybernetic
living
organism.
I went for the living person, not the liquid metal. That's weird. I'm both weird, but that's less weird.
The one who can't cry after he does you. Is that how it
He
is?
figured out why people cry though.
Good. Hey, speaking about knowing why people cry, the Terminator knows why people cry, but it's something he could never do. What's a common human behavior that you guys could never do?
Caring for people who hurt themselves. You know? It's always so funny first. The funny someone falls down the stairs and like, oh, are you okay?
Yeah. It's like when people get smoked in the balls and you're like just laughing at them. It's like, I can never have kids again. What?
Funny jackass. It's ruined my sensibilities.
Yeah, absolutely.
People that park in the wrong direction in the road, it's really annoying. Why do people do that?
Wait a minute.
I don't know.
It seems to be a common behaviour, but
Six-legged
what I would do.
insect sits on a leaf. No. What is it? What is it? I don't,
same question.
What the fuck? What about you, Spanky?
Oh, I'm terrible at admitting things, you know, like admitting that I'm wrong or admitting that I'm racist.
You're racist. What? Wrong.
Come on.
You can't be racist if you hate everyone equally, Spanky.
Those are
Who
two
hate
things
people.
that are interrelated there.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, anywho, over to Matiu. Can't wait to see what this is going to be. What do you got, Matiu?
All right, so 1997 is Judgment Day, and in the movie we cut to the first scene. It's 2029, and what do we say? We're 7 years away from the war against the machines. If it played out like the start of the movie, what role would you play? Would you play Miles Dyson, the inventor of Skynet, John Connor, or the bro that roots John Connor's mother that he sends back to save his mum? Yeah.
This is like Kahu's questions where it's like, yes. You know, like there's only one answer here. But that being said, I for one welcome my robot overlords. I ain't going to do shit, man. I'm fucking broken and crippled as it is. I'm going to be worse in 7 years. What am I going to do?
Which one?
Oh, the guy that hides out in Narataki and hopes the KFC doesn't get fucking ram raided. What about you, Kahu?
I mean, I don't think I'd be smart enough to do it, but I think I'd be the guy who would unwittingly invent Skynet.
Yeah,
Just be
you
like,
would actually.
Oh, shit.
You would.
I really should have seen that coming.
Yeah.
All I wanted was a pilot that never got tired or drunk.
Yeah. And then one day he asked me for the nuclear codes. I thought, what's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
Now, I just need to ask you, do I get to choose?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the question.
You know what I mean? I'm like, do I get to choose one of those three things? Because like, I really don't think I'm going to be any one of those three things. But if I get to choose, I'm definitely going to be the guy that saves the world by rooting someone's mum. Like, come on, dude. What are you
It's kind of like the opposite of what you've been doing throughout your life so far. It'd be quite a change to save humanity rather than incrementally destroy it.
I've been rooting people's mums and not saving the world.
Exactly.
you got to take a step up.
That's it. I've been born for that fucking job.
Word.
Okay, question number 2. I don't know how to read this.
Yeah, all
fucking
your
question.
questions.
I don't know
mucked up,
either.
man.
This is top quality podcasting.
When they were looking for people to model the Terminators on, why the fuck did they choose Arnold Schwarzenegger, the biggest beefcake? Why didn't they choose an unassuming person to be the model for the T800?
I just feel like Cyberdyne was a conglomerate that had other research in other fields. And so I feel like their research into steroids and protein powders got fucking like infected and like spread like a virus into the, you know, AI, and they sort of adopted that as being like the smartest choice. You know what I mean? Like,
So like
they're not a smart choice. They're not smart fucking AI. You know what I mean? Send one back. Why don't you send fucking thousands? You know, fuck, these guys are idiots.
Yeah, I just wondered how hard it is to fit the T800 kind of robot inside that body as well.
Do you mean because it's just a skeleton?
Yeah, and obviously they wrap the skin around it.
Well, you say that, but like in those last scenes where Arnie's face is missing, like the skeleton's outside of his skin. You know,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
pretty obvious.
yeah.
Special effects for that wasn't too good.
Yeah. Hey, one best makeup.
Great CGI, man.
Shit sandwich? Anyone shit sandwich?
Yeah, so not a great call. I agree.
Okay, none of you guys have taken, well, maybe Ko a little bit, has taken a scientific approach for this. And that's the obvious thing is
I was talking about research.
is that it's like a John Connor sized bullet shield, right? Like the shoulders have to need to be at least broad enough to cover you from like a 180-degree angle, right? And I think that the only appropriate size for that is Arnie size.
But that Terminators were originally made to infiltrate the rebels sneakily and take them out. That's what they were made. And then they managed, and then John Connor managed to go, look at that fucking humongous idiot. It's obviously a Terminator. Let's catch it and reprogram
Reprogram
save
him.
it.
Yeah.
But why did Skynet make one? That's what I don't understand.
How did that go down? How did they catch it, I wonder?
It's funny because, like, in the Terminator,
Nah, dug a hole.
Yeah.
Dug a hole, put a box over it or something like that.
yeah.
That's the thing I've always wondered with these movies is why don't they just go out a boat somewhere out at sea?
They aren't zombies. They're flying in spaceships in 2029.
Isn't it the
Yeah, but
point
if you have no electronics and you're just out at sea, why would they? I mean, I guess
if they
they
all
could
have
see.
water
Wait. That was the plot of Terminator 3. They sent them on a plane out into the middle of nowhere to keep John Connor alive, remember? John Connor and his missus. They sent them on that Cessna plane that the Terminator sacrificed himself.
Oh yeah, that's
Send them to an underground bunker that had no, like, computers.
Yeah, that's right.
Checkmate.
Yeah, because they're trying because they can't swim, obviously.
They should shoot
They
them.
How do you know?
They just walk on the seafloor.
Yeah, exactly. Walk on the sea floor. And
They've all got
pop up.
super soakers shooting the Terminators. Like, electricity.
That'd be quite a funny, like, parody, Just,
They're
oh
like,
no, my weakness, water.
I'm melting. I'm
Is
like
this
the fucking
science?
Witch of the
Is this
West.
fucking the Wicked Witch of the West? Fucking shit film is this?
Science. Smash a glass of water.
Hey, let's travel across space and invade a country that's 70% water. I mean, invade a planet that's 70% water. That makes sense. Fucking
Super
science.
allergic to water, eh? Like burns me and I die straight away.
Fucking morons.
It's War of the Worlds too, eh?
War of the Worlds,
Similar
yeah.
concept, yeah.
Yeah, let's invade a planet without studying the
Bacteria.
and the virus. That's
Breathe on them, eh? Oh, they breathed on me.
COVID, our greatest
Yeah, I was
weapon.
about to say.
So this film has like a number of bad plans all the way through. I mean, if we get a bit deep, and I don't want to because I love this movie,
Sandwich.
but there's some fucking terrible plans. I don't want to give them away. So
No, be like Spanky, bro, and give us some answers.
give us the top three. One is a minigun, one is a shotgun, and the other one's a grenade launcher. Which gun? No, but there's some terrible plans in this film. Which do you think is the worst?
I'm going to go with the Miles Dyson and them just breaking into the building and blowing it up that night. Like, they just went in fucking willy-nilly with no real plan. You know, like, oh, here's some friends from out of town. It's like, Mr. Dyson, we can't do that, and all that sort of shit. And, like, surely there was smarter ways to do it. You know what I mean? Like, just plan it out. Don't just go in willy fucking nilly and hope to blow it up. Like, surely he could do it subterfugely and, like,
Yeah.
destroy it from the inside.
And the Terminator's logic working on that too, and that he had to do what John said, but also how is that kind of protecting him? That was a bit weird.
Yeah, exactly. Why is John there?
Yeah.
Just send the Terminator
First,
in, right?
why is John not hanging out with Miles Dyson's son? Why is John in the...
Let's just send the Terminator. He's fucking bulletproof. And if he dies, it doesn't really fucking matter.
Exactly. The future rests on keeping this one kid alive. Okay, let's send him on the most dangerous mission of them fucking all.
Let's blow up a factory and then what? Oh, then go to jail for 30 years?
Yeah, exactly.
Good idea. Hang on. Hey, we'll just send the baddest dude up there.
2,000 out of 10,000 at this point, bro.
Actually, that's a thought. Why doesn't Arnie's character just disappear as soon as they chuck the hand and the chip? into the pit?
Exactly.
For me, it's just that whole shooting the frozen T-1000 again. Like, just bad plans, bro. And then for someone who has detailed files on human anatomy, not thinking that it'd be too hot for them to go real close to the furnace.
Yeah.
Like, jeez. Like, what was the plan there? They just keep walking around until T-1000 accidentally falls in or something. I don't know.
Pretty much.
So basically, you've stolen one already, which was why the hell would you take John Connor on the final death mission, right? You know, he's like, not only do you have to protect, so it's like pretty fucking stupid. But I'm just gonna go out there and say the second worst plan was having a ginger friend. I mean, it didn't really hurt him, but it still wasn't a great plan.
Oh, he carried the music, Guns N' Roses.
Yeah.
That's true.
And he did back up his boy in the arcade as well.
Didn't snitch.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, fair enough. Maybe.
Yeah, it's like, get out of here, punk.
Yeah, ginger friends are weird, bro. Marrying one is perfectly fine. I'm duly obligated to say that.
Taking John Connor though on the death mission, it's like don't come and rescue me. You're too important. Wait a minute, but not important to come to on the death mission where we're going to blow up a building, fight a bunch of cops, and we know the T-1000 is going to be there. Let's go.
Still a hyperbole sandwich.
The situation escalated.
10,000 billion out of 10,000.
10 trillion billion.
That situation escalated, so it would have been weird if he wasn't at the furnace at the end.
Skynet.
So he had to be there.
Yeah.
Skynet's sending a Terminator back in time to kill John Connor. Why don't you just Cybernet just send itself back into the future and then just upload itself then? Like,
Jumpstart the revolution. Yeah.
Or just
We can't send complex machines back in time.
Yeah.
why does John Connor send the Terminator back to save him? Why didn't he send him back to kill Miles Dyson and
just send
stop Skynet
Yeah,
from
that's a
doing
good point.
send it back to 1960 and kill Sarah Connor's mum.
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's send it back to the time where it all changes over and just turn it off. I am the Terminator and I'm terminating this operation.
That's got to be the worst Arnie I've ever heard in my entire life. And I've heard myself a few times.
Let's go. Terminator's around the clock.
Nah, fuck no. Let's move on to the final question, which is also a Patreon question. This one comes courtesy of our old mate Jason. Okay, Nurtrovert. You're the fucking man, bro. Love your work. His question this week: when was the perfect time for a bathroom break?
After the motorbike truck chase
Wrong. The correct answer is never.
scene. Wow, that would be easy.
Oh, there's a couple.
Yeah.
There is a couple.
Oh, you know, like right about when the end credits roll. That's
There we go.
That's a good one. Maybe a little bit before when Sarah Connor has her soliloquy.
Oh, you're talking about the extended version, aren't you?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Any time when she starts talking and does her soliloquy, it's fucking weird.
Or when she has
Yeah.
her dreams.
Yeah.
It's like, I get it, you're still thinking about Kyle, but he's not there.
Debbie Downer. Oh, this is when everyone burns.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not bad, that part.
I could have done without the freaking out and the comatose. You know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
face licking and all that sort of stuff. And some of those scenes around that time, it was sort of like, it wasn't treading water, but it was like still on a decline, I think, in terms of pacing and stuff.
Why
Yeah.
Why did they need the licking scene? Eh?
Oh,
It's
who
just like,
fucking knows? Should we just kink shame James Cameron and maybe that's his thing? Like how Tarantino always has like shots of women's feet in fucking his films. Maybe that's his thing, is having people fucking lick faces and blue people. That's another one of his things. Coming this year, sequel to Avatar. Who fucking cares? I don't know if that's the official tagline.
Yeah, that is the official tagline.
But that's what's happening. Anywho, that takes us to the end. Thank you to these guys for joining me. Spanky, welcome back. Been great.
Oh, thanks, man. Always love doing this.
Yeah. These other two, we see them all the time. No one fucking cares.
No one cares.
Are we still a hyperbole, though,
I'm surprised
guys?
to get asked back.
You're just saying.
Yeah. Hyperbole all day, every day.
Still a hyperbole, right?
Nothing beats this film.
One of my favorite
Nothing
films.
beats this
Nothing
film.
beats
Not even
this film.
Commando.
Fuck, Commando's up there.
You told me
maybe
Commando's
the-
your favourite film.
Yeah, Commando's me.
Let off some steam, Matiu.
Anywho, if you want to get a hold of us, you can find us on Twitter at Movie Reviews In, or you can send us an email at mritqs@gmail.com, or you can find us on Facebook and Instagram at Movie Reviews in 20 Qs. Oh, and stay tuned because we now have a promo for the live stream for The Cure. We will be on at 7 p.m. on May 21st Eastern Standard Time, or which is 12 lunch on Sunday, the 22nd of May. So yeah, looking forward to that. Anyway, that's thanks from me.
Later.
Good night.
Get out.
Got out.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nick. I'm the host of Nikolis Kitchen, and I'm also the host of the annual live stream for The Cure. Livestream for the Cure is a charity event where we raise money with content creators and podcast partners from around the world for the Cancer Research Institute, a wonderful nonprofit researching cancer immunotherapy, training the body's immune system to fight all forms of cancer. This is a mission and a future that I truly believe in. And myself and my team worked tirelessly over the past 5 years to raise over $50,000 for this cause. This year, we're aiming for our biggest single goal to date of $20,000, and we cannot do it without your help. Please join us for the event May 19th through the 21st, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, for 45 hours of content from people all over the world. Together, we can bring hope for a future immune to cancer. The more eyes we reach, the more dollars we raise. Please help us in making this goal a reality. Together, we can make a difference.